Waiting to be live on Facebook. Wow, I'm live. So, good evening, everyone. This is Ravi Kumar, father of two loving children, husband to a superwoman, spoken English mentor, and turned into a life coach. And today, gentlemen, I am here with you to share some of the more valuables. So far, we have learned so many stuff in this series of Lockdown 2, where we discussed about life coaching, wherein the topics so far which we have already covered: one, I love you techniques, visualization, time management, deep breathing, rubber band, counter affirmations, the writing affirmations, listening to affirmations, gratitude, importance of prayers, spending time with nature, spending me time, silence for 30 minutes, introspection, goal book, vision board, and the last but not the least, why do we need a mentor or a coach? So, in today's class, in today's topic of mine, I have decided to talk about this one. Gentlemen, do you know you cannot achieve anything in your life when you have decided to be in isolation? So, it means you cannot achieve anything until unless you do not hire somebody who can be accountable for, right? Wow. So, we'll be talking about today vision board, what is its importance. Gentlemen who are new to this channel today and who are watching me at the very first time, let me share with you that during the lockdown period one, we discussed about some of the public speaking hacks. Then in lockdown two, we discussed so many steps about life management, how you were supposed to work in order to have a best possible productivity, in order to have a balanced life, in order to have a beautiful, work culture. We learned so many stuff. So today is the 16th chapter in life coaching, and I believe it is going to be the last one. Since it is second today, 2nd of May. Tomorrow is third. Now this is we are once again going into lockdown three. So in lockdown three, we'll be talking about parenting. Okay. So far, let us start on vision board. As I told you yesterday, that we require at least 100 pages of a book, which you can name like a goal book, where you have to write all possible goals of yours, all written goals. And I also talked about why it is essentially required. Gentlemen, it requires because it will propel you, it will tell you to take massive actions. And today, one a step ahead of your, that goal book, will be talking about vision board today. Why this is important? Because whatever goals you are having related to your all sort of activity which you do in your life, that must be the part of your daily routine, as they are interrelated. Why I'm saying these all things? Because first is your goal book. When you make your goal books, means when there is a clarity of your thoughts, then what is your actual requirement of life, what do you want to achieve in your life. Then comes your action plan. I also told you what should be your action plan, what should be your time management chart, that whether your the timing which you are spending with your dear and near ones, was that fruitful for you, was that good for you. Such steps are to be taken into account, like what is productive, whether that conversation was non-productive. So such things. And at the last, you are supposed to have a board. The name itself suggests vision board. It's a board that has all top goals from your goal book, all top goals of your life. It must be always placed onto the wall of your living room, maybe your bedroom, maybe your dining room, or sometimes in your office as well, where you spend your maximum time. What I mean to say this, that if you have your vision board pasted or hanged on a wall, where you will spend maximum time in bedroom, you will spend around 8 to 9 hours of your sleep. In office, you will spend 7 to 9 hours. In dining hall, you will spend 3 to 4 hours. So you are supposed to place, this board, this vision board, at a place where you will spend your maximum time, and you can watch every time and again to that thing, so that it can give you a every moment hint. Or else, if you are, if you have pasted your goal book, sorry, vision board on your dining hall, if any friends of yours or relatives of yours or even your dear and near ones comes to your house, or he visits or she visits, they will definitely be asking you this question, that sir, may I know the good reason, what are these all steps? Then you are supposed to tell them, this is this, this is this, then this is this. And in doing so, they'll also propel you, they'll also tell you, they'll also remind you, oh, you want to be this, oh, you want to have this much amount of money in your bank balance. So this is like this. Now the question comes, how to make this vision board. As I talked about yesterday, uh, we discussed about your goal book, that what should be the content, what should be the categories. Same here also, you are supposed to have maybe two, if you are if your house is not so big, uh, at least you are supposed to have 2 to 3, means 2 by 3 feet, or I would suggest you make bigger, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4 feet. And why I'm saying this bigger, because you have to put all your attractive pictures of your dreams, of your prominent goals, or your dreams. Suppose you want a dream house, so you should not make up very small house, you should have a villa short of pictures over there that should be posted. If you are willing to have a dream car, you must have at least a beautiful picture of your dream car, whatever you wish to. Then comes, you can get those pictures either from internet, then from newspaper, from magazines, wherever. But it must be visible, the area where you sit. It must be at a distance from where you can see, you can watch, and you can see the things by being so clear. It also must be visible to all your friends and relatives, your family members, so that they can also remind you every time and again, whenever they visit you, that hey Ravi, you made a promise to yourself that you are going to purchase this thing within this many span of time. So that will propel you, that will tell your subconscious mind, hey Ravi, you got to take actions. Is it not? Now coming, if you start making them your daily part of your life, will help you to have great productive days, gentlemen. Productive days means, if you have all three things, as I said, your productive plans, your action plans, then your goal book, then comes your vision board. If you do these all things, if you start making it a daily ritual for you, then I'm 100% sure that these are going to help you to have great productive days, weeks, months, and will propel you towards taking massive action every single day. And also, this vision board is going to work for you as a mentor, and it will be also a reminder for you, or to your visions you have to work daily for. So, gentlemen, you understand the importance of this vision board. Have a board, put down all your 10 goals, all those goals which you want to achieve, all top 10 goals of yours. Big picture, dream house, picture, dream office, dream home, dream car, bank balance in salary, then put a bank, put amount of money. Such pictures should be over there, and that has to be pasted or somewhere hanged in all possible places where you spend much of your time, maybe your office, your dining room, your dining hall, or your bedroom, or wherever you go for where you spend much of your time, right? Gentlemen, so we are in the last category of this habit of yours, where I also discussed what is the benefit of spending money means on self investments. We talked a lot. Today, I'm going to talk even more, furthermore, about why do we require to have a mentor, or why do we need a mentor. Whatever may be your journey, gentlemen, whatever journey may be, I know for the fact that when you do something in your life, you come across problems. And these problems sometimes make us lose our path towards our goals. And this stops us from working on our goals as well. This is the one reason that we are supposed to have a mentor in our life. At the same time, When we learn how to fight the battle of life from a mentor and coach who has already been onto your situation before and has already overcome from all those problems, and he has become successful person in all areas of his life, that is why he can help us to overcome our problems. He or she sometimes may guide us in leading the best possible way to solve our problems as well, because they always have the best way to solve our problems, and it is because they have done it themselves in life, and now they are already out there to help us to do that, to view, no, to take massive action. I strongly believe and I strongly feel also that we must, or everyone whosoever is watching me now live, you all must always invest in your mentor, in your guides, in your coaches. I have personally experienced these, problems in my life, and the same happened in my life too. I can give you so many examples of that. Gentlemen, I'll be giving you some more examples as well. But let me tell you, I do have so many mentors in my life. All the areas where I want to achieve something massive in my life, where I have so many dreams of mine. I do have so many online coaches and online mentors as well. I can share with you some of the best possible names who are my mentors so far. When I talk about public speaking, because that is one niche which I always love to do, that is Terran Day, the world champion of public speaking 2016. Mr. Bisal Sarkar, India's highest paid public speaker. Praveen Vadalgar, 9 times TEDx speaker. Roshan Abbas and Siddharth Banerjee, who are life coach for so many actresses. Then Priya Kumar, and the last but not the least, Bhupender Singh Rathore. These are the people who have given me immense pleasure in learning the skills of public speaking, and I respect them, because whenever I feel down, I feel low on a stage, they are the people I consult with them, I talk to them, I get my goosebumps, and then things start going very good, and I be very confident on being any personal stage. That is so because I have spent my time, money, energy with them, and because they are accountable for my progress at large. Now coming to health, Dr. B.V. Chauhan, one of India's, what do you, I would say that a person who has given the world the technique of, I would say technique of life. Actually, technique of life means how you are supposed to have your diet, what are you supposed to eat and what are you not supposed to eat. So that thing, it is all about life, it is about health actually. So Dr. BV Chauhan is one of my mentors, who has given so many techniques. He has written so many books also, uh, and I have been very privileged to see him and to meet him personally and to learn the steps. Now coming to Mind Valley by Bisain Lakhiani, Indian guy, became a foreigner, and now he is owner of Mind Valley, and he has also taught me so many stuff about life, about health, about memory, you know. And the last but not the least, Sadhguru Jagi Basudev, to whom I love the most. Now coming to business also, because whatever things you want to achieve in your life, for that you got to have business knowledge as well. So Rajesh Ramola is one of my mentor. Mr. Rahul Bhatnagar is also one of my mentor, and Mr. Ravi Arya MBA, that is microbiota mastery. Dr. Vivek Bindra, who doesn't know him, and the last, that is Sonu Sharma, whom I love the most because he always talks about multi-level marketing. Coming to wealth and investment, Mr. Rajesh Chavan, who is a very nice guy who teaches you how to retire young. Then Robert Kiyosaki, to whom everybody knows about, who has written so many books. Okay, so these are the mentors of mine to whom I always go to learn. Then coming to life coaching, there are so many mentors because I love to talk about life. I can give you so many examples: Miss Himani, then Alive Amit, Arfin Khan, Dr. Vivek Patni, Gaur Gopal Das, Simarjit Singh, Sneh Desai, Swami Mukundananda, Sister V.K. Shivani, Sant, Mahatria, Dandapani, and the last Jasati. Okay, so these are the people who always talk about life, who always gives good amount of value in your life. If you listen to them, you'll be very awesome person. Whatever the problems you face in your life, you can always do better. You can always do great, actually, I would say. Then coming to parenting, which is also one of the key areas of my life, and I know for the fact for you also. And these are my mentors who has taught me enough stuff so that I can also come up live from tomorrow to tell you what sort of parent you are supposed to be. Do you simply want to be just a parent, or are you really taking care of your children in this lockdown? Or what are you supposed to do? What are you not supposed to do? So while becoming live from tomorrow, we'll be talking about parenting only. So my mentors are Parikshit Javanputra, Sri Ravi Shankar, Dr. Ujjwal Patni, and then Ramindra Kumar. So these are the people who have given me so many steps onto life, you know, about parenting, how to deal with any negative situations of your children. And gentlemen, these are just the name of people to whom I have been coached by. But besides that, I don't hesitate to participate in any seminar or workshop if possible. If my pocket allows me to visit a place in India or within India, I definitely go. I damn care about my money. I simply go there, I learn the steps, and even I can tell you that having world class mentor take your first step towards achieving success in life. When I go to them, when I learn stuff, when I implement that in my life, and definitely the things starts being changed. I can give you example. I have not named so many teacher here who were my mentor, by whom I have been taught, especially English and public speaking, spoken English. I visited more than I can tell you more than 200 plus institutions across India, you know, across 7 states. But finally, when I realized that whatever things I have been doing so far is definitely not going to work for me, then I met with one of the greatest person in my life and to whom I respect the most. And when I met him, he taught me, he told me my real problems. That Ravi, you are supposed to do this. I was, because see, what happens, you go, it is very, very important to understand. It is very crucial to know how you are supposed to search the best possible guide for you, the best possible course for you, because that is most important. Spending money is very easy. You can hire anyone to study. Now these days things are being sold online, offline. You can go anywhere. But when I met that guy, in the very first instance, it was a course of 1 lakh plus, and I spent 2 days with him, and you will be very amazed to know that he starts changing my mindset of public speaking. I was see, if people say that practice makes man perfect, but what if the practice is imperfect? So imperfect practice, no matter how many times you do that, it will always be imperfect. So you are supposed to work on perfect practice. So I started, learning the things, and he taught me. Our training started 3 months back, and the things have started going good. So I learned that all stuff, gentlemen. Now I can tell you what is the reason that people, in spite of doing so many stuffs, having good habits also, and being very workaholic as well, why do they fail? They fail because they are not accountable to anyone. If you have a coach, if you have a guide, if you have a mentor who is coaching you personally, or you have purchased their signature course, then for that, for example, you will have to report to him after each 10 days, or you will have to email him every single day, or you have to show him that you are doing your best. Because this is the requirement, gentlemen. This is the requirement. Being a mentor, I have already personally experienced. Because that guy, that mentor of yours is every day behind you to push you forward, to motivate you, to tell you to do something or to take massive actions, or that you have never taken before. So that is why we require mentors. People always ask me questions, sir. Things are, books are available, so many things are available, but why do we require a mentor? If everything is available in the book, no doubt books are the best possible. These are all the replica of all the writers who have written these all our stuffs. If you study any book out of here, talk about Robin Sharma, talk about Hussein, talk about anyone, even Sadhguru, whatever you call the name, whatever books I have with me, you talk any person name, definitely they have put in all possible stuffs from their mind into the book. That's correct. But they will simply tell you, can you learn swimming by going through a book? You cannot. For learning swimming, you got to dive into. So there are so many things of in life, even in life coaching also, just by going through books is not sufficient. Though they are there, you are supposed to study book, no doubt about. I do have a beautiful collection with me and I love to go through books. But why you require a mentor? Because you feel you have someone who is making you so accountable in your life. And now you can stand on your feet and walk successfully for the rest of your life. So that is the requirement of a faculty of in your life or a mentor action, right? He will hold your hand, gentlemen, at every single step of yours and that you are taking to achieve anything in life, gentlemen. Always remember, a paradigm shift happens only when from a person who is outside from your family. Do you know you'd have also heard that the son of a teacher cannot be a beautiful teacher, or he maybe or may not be sometimes. Why? Because a parent cannot, a doctor cannot, you know, treat his son well because of some sort of affection, some sort of maybe some sort of problems. So that is why there has to be somebody from outside of your family who will tell you, who will chide you sometimes, who will make you accountable for. And this is the best when that shift happens from a person who is your mentor, who is your coach, and who is your guide. It will only be possible, gentlemen, when you have guide. So now let me tell you that whatever topics we discussed so far, like today is the 16th chapter and it's the last one today, wherein I talked so many things. I love you, visualization, time management, deep breathing, rubber band counter, writing, listening informations, gratitude, importance of prayers, spending time with nature, spending me time, silence for 30 minutes, introspection, goal book, vision board. And today we are learning why do we need a mentor and coach. Gentlemen, now the question comes, what if, Ravi sir, if I don't study these all stuff? What if you don't practice these habits which I talked last from 10 to 15 days? Gentlemen, let me share with you. Your life will be the same as it has been so far. You'll not be able to get quick benefits, gentlemen. These habits, for me, I can tell you, these habits are God sent to me. And I have been able to capitalize the most from it. But it was my duty being a mentor or being a daily practitioner of such things to share these world class life changing techniques with you so that now and even in well in advanced time so that you may not have the same struggle anymore, gentlemen. Your condition of today is because you have not been taking massive actions. Dreaming is beautiful, dreaming is good, but what if you are dreaming open eyes? Don't dream like that. If you have a dream, this is your moral responsibility to make that true. And if you practice these all stuff, gentlemen, which I told you, in order to gain maximum results in your life, gentlemen, as you have a ritual in your in every particular ceremony, there is a ritual. In Hindu mythology, in marriage there are rituals. In morning puja, there is a rituals. Evening puja, there is a rituals. Somebody is dying, there is a rituals. Birth ceremony, there is a rituals. Marriage ceremony, there is a rituals. So let me tell you, make these habits your daily life rituals. It means you have to do this daily in life to have a massive change in your first mindset. And you know that your mindset will lead to you towards your sole target of your life, towards your dreams. Gentlemen, you have to do these practices to inculcate these habits in your life without any excuses. And if you want to achieve anything in your life, these are the tried, tested path to achieve success in your life. Gentlemen, that's all for the series. As I mentioned also, as I talked yesterday, and we have been talking last from 16 days. about life coaching, about public speaking. Now, this is the high time to understand the genius in your child. This is the high time to understand what sort of parent you are supposed to be. So, from tomorrow, we'll be talking about, I'll be coming with a series now on parenting, that what sort of parents you are, what sort of how you are supposed to behave, and what sort of rituals you are supposed to follow every single day in order to be a beautiful father. Mentors are so much more important. I have realized. Let me share with you. This is enrichment begins within. There was a programs. I'm also the member of this communication master. So one day, when I was simply talking to one of my mentors, and he asked me, Ravi, why don't you come down here? We are organizing a programs wherein we are calling 500 plus people. I said, sir, there is no problem. I'll be coming. Money has never been a problem for me in order to invest actually. So he asked me that, okay, if you come, I'll be giving you an opportunity to speak after 600 people. I was so thrilled. So I take a break. It was my first break actually. So I went over there and delivered a speech for 6 minutes. It was so much of powerful act in the way that I could get every single day minimum hundreds of friend requests on Facebook. People started recognizing me. People started calling me up in their schools, in their colleges, in their institutions to deliver lectures. And then I realized that public speaking requires more of a speaking. If you want to learn swimming, or if you want to be a swimmer, if you want to, you know, take part in Olympics, then for that sake you got to dive into. And then he said that Ravi, do you know one thing? There is a technique called 10,000 hours principles. 10,000 hour principles is that in order to achieve anything massive in your life, in order to be the master of your one particular niche, you are supposed to spend 10,000 continuous hours into that. If you spend, then you will be set to be a coach, you will be set to be a real guide for others. You name anyone, to me feel they are successful in their particular niche, particular field, they have spent more than 10,000 hours onto that. So in public speaking also, if I want to be a world-class speaker, for that I minimum require speaking assignments of 10,000 hours. Then only my brain, my mind, and my thought process will start helping me out. The generating capacity of my brain will be good, will be parallel to my vomiting capacity. Then only I'll be a flawless speaker. And that's only possible when I be guided by a coach, when I'll be taking actions, I'll be listening to the instructions of my coach. Because every single day there are at least 10 or 15, 10, minimum 10, I would say, mentors who send me a personal email every single day. And they are because they're accountable for Ravi. Why do they